Hey everyone, welcome back to Language Arts Workshop Communication Arts Podcast, Lost Cap, bringing ideas to life. This is Miss Sue speaking and welcome back. If you have been with us, if you are new to our channel, welcome. With me here today are CSI4 students from Language Arts Workshop Penang, Malaysia. Hey Reggie, welcome to the show.
Hello everyone.
Are you ready to have fun?
Yeah.
Chatting, and we have Kaimin from Penang too.
Hi, I'm Kaimin and I'm now still working on CSI4 Task 1.
Very good. And I've heard that Reichi have just completed her performance arts grade 3. Congratulations. The results are out actually.
Oh, I'm excited to see what I get.
All right. And Kaimin has just finished his CSI3 exams too. Congrats.
Okay, thank you.
And I heard you done very well.
Just normal, not that well because some exam I forget something to say.
No problem about that. Main thing is we have new experience. We learn something from our experience because the way we prepare for exams is really different from the rest of the world. Would you agree?
Yes, I'm agree.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna pass the mic to Reichi, who will be interviewing Kaimin on CSI4 preparation. Share with the audience about what we are doing here for CSI4 and why we have to talk about all these topics, the significance of the task and the preparation itself. How can this benefit you in the future? All right, guys, the floor is yours.
Hey Kaimin.
Hi, Reggie.
We've been preparing for our CSI4 task for really long now, and I'm wondering how was the preparation?
Firstly, I wrote my overview first because overview is a bit similar to a conclusion of your CSI4 Task 1.
I kind of agree on working on the overview first because overview gives us a blueprint on what our task, what we should do on our task, and the direction.
Because in my opinion, overview is really important because overview starts before your scripts. Overview is really important, and then after that, I wrote my opening. After I wrote my opening, I just correct the grammar and I have a look first and then I memorize the keywords. I didn't memorize the whole script because it's not necessary to remember all. Oh, Reggie, what is your strategy for preparing CSI4 Task 1?
For me, I started off with kind of like an outline. I used the 5-finger method to kind of get a grasp on what I should do on my opening, my progression, and my conclusion.
Reggie, could you please share to the audience what is 5-finger method?
The 5-finger method basically it consists of opening, introduction, progression, conclusion, and closing. Okay, so now let's get to our choice of topic. So for CSI4 Task 1, we actually have 3 choices. Personal challenge, personal interest, and
Personal achievement, right?
yeah.
Okay, so for my choice, I choose my personal interest, which is virtual reality, VR. How about you, Reggie?
For me, I chose personal challenge, which is voicing out my opinions.
Such a great topic. Why I choose VR is because I'm also a tech guy who loves technology. I always do research on the latest system or the latest hardware.
For me, I chose my topic, personal challenge, which is voicing out my opinions because I have struggled with this for very long and I really want to be more confident in expressing my views because I feel like it's important for future. Let's get into your overview like you mentioned.
VR, in my opinion, VR is like the future of many people like engineer, doctor, and also a gamer.
So you think VR will be the in thing for many future occupations?
Yes, of course. Doctor, before the operations, they need to have practice first because they need to save other person's life in operation. If we use VR, it like a simulator to train doctor before the operations. Yes, this is more safe way to save the patients. And for engineer, they need to do practical things like fixing or creating a new machines. So if they use VR, they can create the things in the VR first, and then after that it is okay, then they just use at the daily life, then they can create a new machines.
Kai Ming, so do you think that VR will be beneficial in education?
In my opinion, is yes, because many students get interested with VR or gadget things, and then when they get into the educations, I feel that they can have VR is like they need want to experience that you are really in the situations. So if you use VR to have lesson, I think it's more interesting than physical lessons.
I can see that you're really interested and enthusiastic about this topic. So how do you plan to present this to the examiner? Okay, will you bring your real VR set?
I think I don't have own any VR set. I experience it with my friends.
Will you borrow from your friend?
Yes, I have asked my friend before, but my friend said this is too expensive. He doesn't want to lend me because he said this is too expensive and their parents don't approve.
You can get photos of VR from the internet then.
Yes, this is another way of showing examiner my enthusiasm about the VR.
What do you think the examiner might say about your topic?
I think the examiner will talk about like VR is a kind of new technology that I introduced the examiner. I will convince the examiner to buy a VR like this because.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
Okay,
yes, I'm serious because it can let examiner to experience how VR is that fun.
Kai Ming, thank you for sharing. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you, Reggie. And could you please share more about your topic that you choose on your CSI4 Task 1?
I chose this topic because by nature I'm a shy and introverted person, but I have a lot of thoughts and opinions and I want to be heard. The main reason that I don't voice out my opinions is because the fear of being judged. I have seen classmates getting laughed at whenever they say out some of the opinions that others might not have. So I really don't want to be judged and laughed at for saying out my opinions. And another reason why I don't say out my opinions is because I don't want to stand out. Because when you voice out your opinions, everyone's attention is focused on you, and I don't really like that. So I often keep to myself. And some of the negative effects that I think this might bring to me long term is that I might have a good idea that might be lost in lack of communication. For example, if we're doing like a group discussion and I might have a good idea that might help out my group a lot, but I will never know because of my fear of voicing out my opinions. And my peers will also not really get to know me well because I always keep to myself and I don't really voice out my true ideas and likes or dislikes.
Well, thank you, Reggie, for sharing this very heavy topic. Not many people is brave to share about this. Yeah. So in my opinion, you are actually a very brave person too. So I hope you have all the best with your exam. How did you share or how did you prove to the examiner you really have the problem of confidence because you are your situation now is such a confidence person?
I will share with the examiner that in school, I only have a few friends, and I don't really like expand my social circle. Like I only talk to them, and if they didn't come to school, I'll feel a bit lonely. And another thing I could prove to the examiner is that my parents bring me to see a child psychologist because I'm facing this problem that I don't have much friends and I don't really know how to communicate well. Yeah.
Will it help you to overcome this challenge?
I think a bit because it helps me
Still a bit.
because it helps me know that this challenge exists, and I do talk about, like, I come to law every Sunday. I think it will help me overcome this challenge a bit by bit. Yeah.
So actually, I feel that CSI 3 or 4 is really good because it's about self-analysis and we can change or do more about ourselves, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Yeah, I feel the same too. It has been a great discussion, and do you have any message to share to the audience?
Yes, of course. If you are doing CSI4, you just need to know more about yourself. It is a kind of chance to let you know more about yourself. So why don't just try CSI4?
And I also feel like parents should encourage their kids to talk more about their likes and dislikes.
Yes, I agree because as Asian kids, we can't really talk more in our family because when we are discussing something and we will just shut up and then just heard what parents said, because if we share a bit things and then they will like dislike. Yes, so this is a good chance to let us talk out our things.
In language art workshop, we encourage students to voice out their opinion, so then we can coach you guys properly.
Yes.
If you keep to yourself, we don't know what you are thinking and it won't work.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I agree. So that's why we are here at Law, where we are learning how to voice our opinions positively.
That's all the time we have for this episode. Stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.